Now on NBC Palm Springs at 5, Palm Springs International Airport is releasing data on holiday season air travel as safety remains a top concern for holiday travelers.
A recycling business in Palm Springs is allegedly turning away the unhoused. We have that report coming up.
Happy Monday. The rain has moved on and the skies are gorgeous. I'll let you know the temperature for the rest of the week. NBC Palm Springs at 5 with Mark and Olivia begins now.
Now, connecting the valley, this is NBC Palm Springs at 5.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Olivia Sandusky.
And I'm Mark Mester. With Thanksgiving right around the corner, air travel is hitting its seasonal peak, and it's already affecting transportation sites like Palm Springs International Airport. That is tonight's top story. Looking at last year's data from Luxury Link travel booking, during the week before Thanksgiving, Palm Springs International Airport saw a significant jump in passengers. PSP averaged more than 6,400 travelers each day, compared to roughly 4,800 a day during non-holiday periods. That's a 34% increase, ranking the airport as 7th in the nation among small airports for the largest holiday surge.
The Transportation Security Administration is expecting to conduct more than 17.8 million screenings over the Thanksgiving holiday travel period. Michael Yoshida has more on how you can try and stay ahead of any potential travel headaches.
Millions of Americans are expected to fly for the Thanksgiving holiday.
Expect a little more volume, expect some delays, expect some cancellations.
Paul Bernardini with Flighty, a flight tracking app, offers these tips. First, know your itinerary and possible trouble spots. Ideally, fly direct. But if that's not possible, then understand your airport connections and challenges they may present, such as air traffic controller-related delays like those experienced this year at Newark, or possible winter weather, like in Denver or Chicago. Shorter routes, too, can be dicey.
So think like Scottsdale to Las Vegas, or Chattanooga to Nashville, or Philadelphia to Newark. That's where we tend to see the most delays in the U.S.
By understanding these things, you can create a plan B, or even change your itinerary to avoid potential trouble. Once travel day arrives, Bernardini says knowing where your plane is and where it's coming from is the most important thing.
Okay, my plane before it gets to me in, sunny Miami, it's going to go through 4 or 5 cities that are getting hit by a snowstorm today. And I'm going to have to probably plan ahead a bit more, or just be aware that there's a potential of more delays.
Slowdowns that won't always be immediately shown on the airport monitor or in your airline app.
Airlines, they don't really have an incentive to tell you right away. They have to manage crews, they have to shift things around, and then alert the passengers, hey, this is what's occurred.
In Washington, Michael Yoshida.
All right, turning to roadway traffic, AAA is advising drivers to expect some of the worst Thanksgiving traffic of the year all across Southern California. Data from INRIX, it's a traffic analysis site, shows the most congestion will hit tomorrow. It's from noon to 9 p.m. at night, and then on Wednesday from 11 in the morning until 8 o'clock at night. Sunday will also be packed with return traffic. AAA's Auto Club says several Riverside and LA County areas will see severe slowdowns, along with the I-15 in San Diego County and northbound I-5 between Los Angeles and Bakersfield, where travel times are projected to more than double on Wednesday night. To avoid the worst delays, officials recommend traveling before 11 a.m. That's for tomorrow as well as Wednesday.
Riverside County's fight against drug-impaired driving is getting another boost. The Board of Supervisors has approved a $970,000 grant from the California Office of Traffic Safety. That's a slight increase from last year. The funding continues the DA's specialized team of 4 prosecutors who handle drug-impaired driving cases from arrest to sentencing. Since this program expanded in 2014, Riverside County's conviction rate for drug-impaired drivers has more than doubled. Officials remind the public DUI impairment includes impairment from prescription drugs, marijuana, and other substances, not just alcohol.
Earlier today, our newsroom received a tip about a recycling business in Palm Springs that's denying the unhoused the opportunity to recycle. Our Brett Rosen spoke with the company owner, and he joins us live in studio tonight with what he was told. Brett?
Mark, we followed that tip into the newsroom and learned that the business isn't singling out homeless individuals. From what the owner of Ponce Recycling told me, they're only denying those who loiter in that shopping center. According to a staffer at Ponce Recycling Center, the business is days away from being evicted out of their spot at the shopping center Smoke Tree Village in Palm Springs. This is after complaints of other business owners that there are too many homeless at the shopping center that loiter and are being attracted because of the recycling center itself.
Lots of different issues. I'd say just loitering and hollering and kind of just being a little bit erratic and scaring ourselves as business owners, but also our customers. I've had instances, there's a trash can over here, the metal bin, which is pretty heavy, thrown at my window and almost shattering it.
We all use cans and other resources to make up income. But as it's become a vagrant problem and the loitering in the community in this area, it's been a nuisance. So whether the cannery stays, I think it should go.
To also note, after originally willing to go on camera, I was then denied by the owner of Ponce Recycling. However, he told me that he does not believe that his center is the sole issue that unhoused individuals are loitering in that area. Nearby, other business owners noted an abandoned building that many homeless use as shelter. The owner of Ponce Recycling says his business is there to help those in the community. I was told from workers that the recycling business was pressured from the owner of the shopping center to figure out a solution. We also reached out to the city of Palm Springs and the police department to get a better idea of the complaints leveled against the Ponce Recycling Center. We have not heard back yet. As we learn more, we will continue to share updates on our website. Live in studio, I'm Brett Rosen, NBC Palm Springs.
Brett, thank you. We have a local alert this evening. A man was booked into jail today for allegedly shooting another man in Cathedral City last night. Palm Desert resident Mario Antonio Abalon was arrested on suspicion of attempted murder, robbery, and assault with a deadly weapon. Cathedral City police responded to a shooting shortly after 9 p.m. on Sunday on Corregidor Drive. Officials saying Abalon and the victim were seen arguing. That's when Abalon allegedly shot the victim in the stomach. The suspect fled before officers arrived. The victim was transported to Desert Regional Medical Center. He's said to be in stable condition at this time. Abalon was taken into custody without incident.
This morning, a 58-year-old woman was killed in a two-car crash near Mecca. CHP responded to the scene shortly before 6 a.m. on 70th Street. A red tractor hauling a flatbed trailer was traveling westbound when a Ford pickup truck hit that trailer from behind. The pickup truck's driver was pronounced dead at the scene when officials arrived. Officials then confirmed the woman was wearing her seatbelt, and drugs or alcohol do not appear to be factors. It's unclear if the tractor's driver has any injuries at this time as the investigation continues.
3 Valley students will now see their artwork covering the side of a Sunline bus that drives around the Coachella Valley. Students, their families, and teachers gathered at the transit agency in Thousand Palms, with students receiving some plaques as well to honor this incredible achievement. Students from all local schools were encouraged to submit their vision of what a sustainable ride means to them, including benefits of clean, sustainable energy and the public transit system. And Sunline received over 100 submissions since the start of the calendar year.
I've been pretty much doing art ever since I was a kid, really. I just have loved drawing. Just it allows you to be, creative and just create whatever you want. So this contest has just allowed me to use that skill that I've gained over the years.
Our students enjoy producing art. It's, a creative outlet for a lot of them. I think it's something they look forward to. I think a lot of them also look forward to seeing their artwork on the sides of buses that go throughout the Coachella Valley every single day.
It's an incredible honor. The next round of applications will be accepted at the beginning of 2026.
Let's take a break from the headlines, get a check of the forecast. Live pictures right now from our Agua Caliente Casino camera high above there in downtown Palm Springs. We're going to send things over to our Pablo Alsina, who's got a look. Pablo, everyone looking at Turkey Day on Thursday. How's the weather looking?
The weather's going to be gorgeous the whole week. Does not get any better than this. Look at this, 73 degrees right now, not windy at all, just 5 miles an hour. Humidity at 42%, so not that dry, just perfect weather. We were the hottest in the southwest of the United States. Palm Springs at 75 degrees, hotter than Phoenix. So yes, we were numero uno, number one again as far as heat goes, but I like being the hottest at just 75 degrees. Temperatures right now, Yucca Valley at 59, 29 Palms at 64. Down here, Palm Desert at 66. So just gorgeous temperatures throughout the area, not that windy at all. And if you look at our 3-day comfort air forecast, high of 79 on Tuesday, Wednesday, a little bit more clouds on Thursday, but still look at those gorgeous temperatures in the high 70s, maybe the low 80s. Back over to Olivia and Mark.
Pablo, thank you. More local news tonight. Starting this Wednesday, the Galilee Center will host their annual Thanksgiving food basket distribution at their Mecca location. This year, the center will provide 800 Thanksgiving food baskets to local families in need. The event is a walk-up distribution. Volunteers are invited to help assemble and distribute baskets in the days leading up to Thanksgiving. Each basket will contain 18 items filled with canned food, fruit, vegetables, dry goods, and other non-perishable items.
Well, it's such an important thing when the community comes together. As you can see, 25 to 30 people from different schools and churches coming here to help makes a great difference, especially right now where the prices are so high for produce and for groceries, you know, and it's all across different levels of economic challenges. And so it's hard for a lot of families that are low income. So this makes a great deal of a difference for those families to celebrate in a dignified way Thanksgiving.
The event runs from 1 to 4 on Wednesday.
Tomorrow, Wild Lights at the Living Desert returns. It runs through December 30th, presented by the HN and Francis C. Berger Foundation. Guests can see the Living Desert Zoo and Gardens in a new magical way. So starting tomorrow, you can take free photos with Santa. That happens until Christmas Eve. There'll be light displays, walkthrough exhibits, a 30-foot tall Christmas tree, a model train with 3,000 feet of track, all decked out for the holidays. A s'more station, that's probably the most exciting part, is something you can check out, or you can visit Bighorn Cafe for dinner equipped with a full bar. One thing to note, if you're an Indian Wells resident tickets are already sold out.
Popular event. Coming up next year on NBC Palm Springs, a federal judge dismissing the criminal indictments against former FBI Director James Comey and New York Attorney General Letitia James. We've got the report coming up after the break.
Also tonight, did you hear about this? A fight on the ice over the weekend at Acrisure Arena. It is going viral. Caitlin Kelly's going to explain everything we need to know about this. That's coming up in sports.
Missed the news yesterday? Well, don't worry. You can watch the latest stories and even original news programming over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Every morning at 6 a.m., Jerry and I are here to help you start your day informed and connected. And after our newscast, I head out into our community to listen and bring you the stories that truly impact our lives here in the Valley so that your voice is heard.
You're watching our digital live stream. For the latest news and updates on developing stories, head over to our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Don't miss our digital exclusive content. Me on a Plate, Talking with Thalia, Kai the Deal Guy, and Desert Entertainment with Todd. Only on NBCPalmSprings.com.
News isn't all we do. We have a wide variety of original programming for you to enjoy over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Successful wildlife projects are happening all across the Salton Sea. And in the middle of these restoration efforts, lithium enters the equation. Dive into the delicate balance of nature and the emerging Lithium Valley, streaming on NBCPalmSprings.com.
Worried about missing a broadcast? Don't worry. We stream just about everywhere from Instagram to YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and of course our website, NBC. Committed to covering our community. You're watching NBC Palm Springs at 5.
Welcome back. Today, a federal judge dismissing indictments against former FBI Director James Comey and New York Attorney General Letitia James.
She ruled that the interim U.S. attorney was not appointed correctly under the law and dismissed both indictments against the two public figures the president had targeted for prosecution. The White House says, quote, "This will not be the final world." NBC's Yamiche Alcindor has the details from Washington.
In a stunning turn of events, a federal judge dismissed the criminal indictments against former FBI Director James Comey and New York Attorney General Letitia James. The judge finding that Lindsay Halligan, President Trump's hand-picked interim U.S. attorney, was not lawfully appointed. The ruling comes after Comey's attorney argued that Halligan, who was once the president's personal attorney and had no prosecution experience, had no authority to file the charges. Halligan was the only lawyer who signed both indictments, and so both were dismissed. Those indictments came after President Trump publicly pressured Attorney General Pam Bondi to prosecute Comey and James, both political adversaries of the president.
Comey's a crooked guy.
Comey was indicted on charges of making a false statement to Congress and obstructing a congressional investigation. He has said from the start that the charges were political.
I'm grateful that the court ended the case against me, which was a prosecution based on malevolence and incompetence, and a reflection of what the Department of Justice has become under Donald Trump.
New York Attorney General James was indicted on bank fraud charges. The president had been lashing out at her ever since she successfully tried a case against the president's business for fraud. James has also said the charges were politically motivated.
This justice system, which has been used as a tool of revenge.
And in a statement today, James said she remains, quote, fearless in the face of these baseless charges. Both of these cases were dismissed without prejudice, which means another federal prosecutor could bring these charges again. And today's ruling could have ripple effects for other cases in that office. Yamiche Alcindor, NBC News, Washington.
Giving you a live look tonight from our Indian Wells Golf Resort camera. Pablo Asina is standing by with your full 7-day forecast as we head into Thanksgiving this week. We'll be right back.
Missed the news yesterday? Well, don't worry. You can watch the latest stories and even original news programming over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Every morning at 6 a.m., Jerry and I are here to help you start your day informed and connected. And after our newscast, I head out into our community to listen and bring you the stories that truly impact our lives here in the Valley so that your voice is heard.
You're watching our digital live stream. For the latest news and updates on developing stories, head over to our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Don't miss our digital exclusive content. Me on a Plate, Talking with Thalia, Kai the Deal Guy, and Desert Entertainment with Todd. Only on NBCPalmSprings.com.
News isn't all we do. We have a wide variety of original programming for you to enjoy over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Successful wildlife projects are happening all across the Salton Sea. And in the middle of these restoration efforts, lithium enters the equation. Dive into the delicate balance of nature and the emerging Lithium Valley, streaming on NBCPalmSprings.com.
Worried about missing a broadcast? Don't worry. We stream just about everywhere from Instagram to YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and of course our website, NBCPalmSprings.com. Be sure not to miss anything. If you're only watching us on TV, you're only getting part of the story. Head to our new website for the latest broadcasts, digital exclusive content, contests, and more. Go to NBCPalmSprings.com. Missed the news yesterday? Well, don't worry. You can watch the latest stories and even original news programming.
We had a wet last weekend, but just gorgeous start to the week. Looking at the camera right now, the Walter Clark cam, you notice absolutely no wind at all, and it's already dark time. I don't like that it's already dark, but I do like that we have temperatures in the 70s. And look at this, usually at 74 degrees. Today, 75, so pretty much exactly as expected. Nowhere near the record high of 93 degrees set in 1933. Future precipitation, absolutely no rain today, Monday, and no rain at all expected for the whole week. So Thanksgiving down here in the valley should be gorgeous. No rain at all, and the temperatures in the 70s. High temperatures we saw today, 75 degrees in Palm Springs. Palm Desert equaled it at 75. Cabazon with a high of just 69. Banning with a high of 68 degrees. If you're going out walking today after watching us, of course, we're going to be in the 60s by 6 p.m. By 10 p.m. in the high 50s, midnight 56, so not too cold, not too hot. Gorgeous. Go outside and look at the stars. Should be a very clear sky. Awesome for stargazing. Low temperatures you're going to expect tonight. 49 degrees in Palm Desert. Our friends in Indio at 48. Palm Springs at 55. Big Bear City, a very chilly 24 degrees for their low. 7-day comfort air forecast. Look at this. Gorgeous light clouds on Thursday and Saturday.